If there's something that you want in this world and it's halal for you, go out there and get it. You don't have to live a life that you don't like. This is like my lowest quality setup. No plan, no nothing, just going straight into this video. I have my chamomile tea and I have a box of chocolates from work. I'm not gonna lie, it's been rough. Feel myself drifting back into my old toxic behaviors and traits, not necessarily like slipping into them, but I'm catching myself wanting to go back. Like I was on a high for like a good 2 months, and then recently I have been struggling, and I haven't caved on my old traits or old habits that I didn't want to go back to. It's more of a mindset that I'm trying to fight. I feel like I'm talking so cryptic. Like I need to give you guys an excuse, like a good example. Let's say you have been in the gym for a year. Your rule to yourself was to not consume sugar. You didn't consume sugar for like 6 months, and you're like, I'm so good. Like I didn't consume sugar. I can have a little sugar now. Like that's when shaitan comes and tempts you back to your old habits. Come on, you were so good. Like just have a little bit of sugar. You made a promise to yourself that I'm not going to have sugar for 12 months and I'm only 6 months deep. Why do I think that I can have sugar now? You did more than you ever expected yourself to do. You never expected yourself to last 6 months. Now you're like, I never would have been able to do this. Let me have the sugar. But your original plan and your rule to yourself was no sugar for 12 months. I'm not going to lie. I wanted to cave so bad. And I was like, why don't I just sit down and film and show the real side? Because I feel like I come with these videos where I drop because I get so hype. And the hype and the excitement, especially when people are rooting for you and you see all the comments like, yeah, like I'm so proud of you. Like I'm also making these changes in my life. Like we have each other. And you get so excited. And then after a few months, the motivation, the inspiration, everything just like dives down. It's so crazy because I feel like I want to give up. But it's like, this gotta be the hardest part. In Ramadan, the first week, you get so hype, right? And you're like, yeah, I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna read Quran and go to tahajjud. And then after the middle of Ramadan hits and you're like, bruh, let me just make it through these 5 salahs and my naps. And then the end of Ramadan, you're like, yeah, last 10 days. That's what I kind of feel like now is. If I can sit through the next 2 months, even though it feels like garbage and I want to give up on myself so bad, I know I'll make it to my 12-month mark. The habits I'm trying to break are not just like I said, they're mindsets, but they're so deeply ingrained in how I was raised and who I am and my self-worth. And I forget to take some time to be like, I'm 24, right? I'm trying to unlearn 24 years of foundational teaching. I am currently reading this book. He's not a Muslim author, but he does talk a lot about spirituality in a way that I think is very relevant to Muslims. Becoming supernatural, and it really, really does help, because what I was talking about is I'm trying to unlearn 24 years of limiting beliefs. If you've been in a cycle of thinking for years, your brain subconsciously will open and tap into that brain that has a certain form of thinking. When you get in your car and you've been driving for a long time, you don't really necessarily have to think so hard, because the part of your brain that's so used to driving just taps in and starts driving and, you know, does all the controls. You're not consciously thinking, I need more gas, I need to brake. Like you've been driving for a while. If you've been subconsciously thinking about yourself in a certain way for so many years, it takes time to unlearn and abandon that brain. Like I really hope my page is somewhere where girls can come to learn that the world is so much more than what you have been raised to believe. If there's something that you want in this world and it's halal for you, go out there and get it. Girls who are big dreamers, who have so much talent and skill, you know, maybe they've been raised to believe that the world only operates in one way, can come to realize that the world can be whatever you make it of it, obviously following the Quran and Sunnah. You don't have to live a life that you don't like. I don't know if you gathered this from all the stuff that I talked about in my videos, but I'll be doing so good in life, and then I'll be like, that's good enough. Let's turn around and self-deprecate. Let's not achieve too much success. Sometimes it's easy to say like, am I just lazy? But I don't think I'm lazy. I think I'm used to accepting less. And that's why every time I'll have a lot of growth and success in whatever it is that I'm working towards, and I'm like, yeah, that's enough. We don't need to achieve more. But then deep down, I do want to achieve more. I do want to keep going. And I'm just so sick of being raised or like just being socialized to believe I should abandon myself and my dreams and what I want to accomplish. Like, they're not that important. Hold on, why is this getting a little bit emotional? I know why I have all this like this self-abandonment and self-deprecation. I know why I do all these things. I know my experiences. Some of our childhoods and our parents and our experiences are shaped by a lot of people who have limiting beliefs, and they just project that onto you. Just the reality of other people's lifestyle, you know, they don't believe women are capable of achieving these things. It's not even anyone's fault. Like, that's the point of my life that I've come to, where I'm like, my experiences and the hurt and the things that I hate that I went through as a younger person, it's all a projection of somebody else's pain, and that's why they're doing that. If you watch Vinland Saga, which literally, please just watch it, you realize that all the bad guys are not even bad guys. Like, they all just have bad stories with pain, and they're just projecting it onto everyone else, and they're living in this world in the way that they think that that's what they're supposed to do, even though it's so incorrect and it's so sad. The whole premise of what I'm trying to say is I don't believe that this is anyone's fault, and I know it's all false, and the world can be what I make of it, and the success that I want can be endless if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants it for me, and I do believe Allah wants it for me. But even then, I know all of that, and it's just, I want to give up on myself, like, so often. It's like, let me think of another analogy. If your entire life you were taught 1 + 1 = 3, and that's years of people teaching you 1 + 1 = 3. You went to the smartest people that you thought were, you know, the smartest people that you know in your life. Everyone's like, 1 + 1 is 3. Like, stop asking questions. Even though you think you know math and you think you understand it, and you have one object and another object, and you're like, how is that 3? And then one day you meet people and you enter a different environment than you were used to, and everyone's like, what do you mean 1 + 1 is 3? 1 + 1 is 2. And you're like, I knew 1 + 1 was 2. Nobody believed me. It's probably a dumb analogy too. Some of y'all probably confused still. What does that mean? If you don't get it, I really don't know. Just kidding. And I think I'll end it on this note. I'm currently in an era of my life where I'm just trying to figure it out. I'll be like, yeah, I figured it out. It's like this. And then I keep going and I'm like, no, let's refigure it out. And sometimes it's annoying because I'm like, how many times am I trying to figure this out? And I just keep learning how much more depth and growth I can experience. If you're in an era of just figuring it out, it's okay. I don't really 100% know where I'm going with what I'm doing. I am just trying. I'm a little bit confused. I kind of have a vision, but it's not like clear, constructed. It's just kind of a feeling that I'm trying to pursue. If you're also going through this, just put your head down and keep working, and inshallah the vision will come to life. But you know, once you get to that 12-month mark of consistency, then you can allow yourself to have a little bit of chocolate again. Oh, I'm gonna stop with these cringy analogies. I'm so sorry. This was so healing. I love YouTube. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Assalamu alaikum.